Let's paint some loose wildflowers. Hi, I am Run. Welcome to Run My Arts watercolor tutorial series. So I am going to demonstrate this painting on a small size watercolor paper, which is from Honeymill Britannia series of cold pressed 300 grams per square meter and is of matte finish. So the Honeymill watercolor blocks come in common sizes, but I have cut it into a square which is 13.5 centimeters equally. I'll be using this size 4 mop brush from Casaneo to pre-wet the surface, but my main brush is going to be the size 2 as well as the rigger brush. And this is going to be my reference photo which I took at a nearby park. So for the yellow flowers that you saw from the reference photo, I'll be using the Indian yellow. And before I start painting, I am pre-wetting the entire paper surface because I would like to paint this wet in wet method. You can also spray using your water spray and then spraying the water with your brush. And now kick-starting with the yellow flower painting. As I mentioned earlier, it's the Indian yellow. So using my Casaneo mop brush size 2, which has a fine tip, I'm just loosely painting some impression of petals. Now second color is going to be violet. So make a good consistency of paint mix. You don't want a very watery consistency of paint. And just using the tip of the brush, I'm just dabbing it onto the wet surface, trying to create the impression of those purple flowers from the reference photo. Now since there is a hint of pink in those flowers, I have mixed some brilliant opera rose and dabbing it the same way onto the purple painting surface. And since this is a wet in wet technique and the paper surface is still wet, you don't have to make any mixing onto your painting, as the water does the work for you. So remember to work quickly in order to achieve these results. I am mixing some green here which resembles a sap green. So if you already have your sap green, feel free to use it, but I have mixed my permanent green with some Indian yellow to arrive at this color, and loosely painting the stalks and some loose leaves. A little bit of Sophia for the pistil of the yellow flowers. A little bit of adjustment as I want the entire painting to look loose. Alright, since the entire painting is completely dry, I'm going to move on with the second layer of painting. Starting off by mixing Indian yellow with some permanent carmine to achieve orange shade or tangerine. And just painting it in a form of petals onto those yellow flowers. As you can see, since it's a darker color, you can appreciate the contrast created by these two color combinations. So done with the yellow flowers, now to fine tune the purple pink flowers. I'm mixing a hint of the opera rose that I used earlier into my permanent carmine, as I don't want it to appear too red but to have a little of that pinkish hint. And just dabbing those paint onto the paper. As you will notice, there's a huge difference between working wet on wet versus wet on dry surface. In the earlier method, everything was spread quickly onto the wet surface, but since this is a dry surface, you can see the paint remains static on the dry paper. Next color is the same violet that I used earlier in this tutorial, but with a hint of sapphire to make it a little darker. And just dropping those paints randomly here and there onto the flowers, but in a lesser quantity compared to the pink ones. And I'm not making any major brush strokes, as I just allow them to mix spontaneously. Now repainting the pistil area for the yellow flower using the same sapphire color. Here's a close-up view of the painting, and I'm going to let it dry completely before I move forward to the next step. So for this step you will need a paper towel, and I'm gonna wet the paper towel with some water and use this wet paper towel to wipe gently on the dry painting. And if the paper towel is not wet enough, you can just soak it into a cup of water and then squeeze out excess water and gently wipe your painting. And by doing this, you will achieve a washout effect on your painting. You may also do this with your watercolor brushes. However, the pressure applied may be lesser and uneven. So by applying your finger pressure onto the wet paper towel, you have more control. And take note, you don't have to create this washout effect onto the entire painting or subject. It will really depend on how much of the washout effect you would like to see on your painting. I would say a 3/4 of each of the flower petals with the washout effect would be a good look. Just ensure that you do not contaminate or stain other parts of your painting with a contrasting color. For example, the purple pigments from the wet paper towel should not stain the yellow ones. So don't forget to check your paper towel's condition before you make every wipe, unless you would like to achieve a special effect by staining with a contrasting color, then I will leave it to your imagination. And as for the stalks and leaves, I am using a darker green shade by mixing up my permanent green with sapphire and loosely painting that in a very casual manner. Don't have to be very calculative with the shapes of your leaves and stalks, since this is a loose impression of wildflowers and leaves. Now adding more sapphire into my green mix to arrive at a much darker green shade and creating some contrast between the leaves. A little bit of paint splatters here and there if you want to. Some white gouache to create highlights onto the flowers. Creating more miniature splatters with the white gouache and using my fan brush. Finally, the painting is complete and the tutorial ends here. So how do you like the washout effect of this loose wildflower painting? Hope you liked it. So if you have become a fan of my work, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And to my fellow subscribers, thank you a lot for your support. See you again. Bye.